5 mistakes I made as an investor that I wish I could go back and change if I had that possibility. No talking, no jokes. Number one, um, what was it? Not starting quick enough. Um, I couldn't imagine where I'd be if I had started even a couple years before when I did. I would have been able to accumulate so much if I knew. Really, it's a lack of knowledge. But if I had known back then, dude, I would have been insane. Like, it would have been crazy by now. That's part of the process. But if I could go back and start earlier, that's what I would do. And if you're watching this and you haven't started, then get started today, at least. Two, trying to help people invest. This will be really weird, possibly, if this is the path you choose to go down. You'll try to help people, give them little pointers and stuff, how they could improve and how we could be better investors. And it'll just completely one in one ear and out the other. You're not going to be able to convince these people. The best you could hope is maybe they throw a couple bucks in, but you might as well cut your losses because they're going to eventually start getting mad at you for trying to improve their life. I also kind of understand the bizarre way because everybody should have the room to fail, you know? People just don't want you to come in and fix their problems. They want to figure it out themselves. And to some degree, I do understand that. But I don't know, maybe I have an ounce of, I kind of want the help, you know? So I'm always looking for different ways to improve my scenario. But helping people is where I went wrong because it's never worked. I've given people so much knowledge. Just nothing. Like, if I was an idiot, okay, fine. There's plenty of those out there. But we're talking about if a rational person with good information is giving you information, and then you just crickets. I don't know. I'll never get it. But that is one thing I've dealt with. Number three, what was it? Oh, this ties into that too. I need to personally stop telling people I'm an investor. Stop bringing it up all the time. I feel it almost comes off like I'm bragging, right? Because I love to show people like the NFTs I bought, the cool things I got into, but it's really not me bragging. Even though on the surface it could seem like it, it literally is just all I do. All I do is invest. So what else am I going to be able to talk about? Everything I'm going to talk about is going to be investing because that's all I really do. So, but I do need to find the middle ground and kind of stop talking about investments because you don't want people to know what you have. I just made some purchases and I want to tell you guys, but I just don't think it's worth it anymore. It's no longer safe, and I just feel like, I don't know, man. It's just, I don't know. I really wouldn't recommend it, even though I know I have been kind of somewhat saying what I have and stuff, but I really, really would suggest you just don't tell anybody because people will start looking at you different. They will treat you different, but it's like, I don't know, man. I just wouldn't recommend it. Four, let me think. I guess I would say not knowing the power of small buys, right? Because this is part of the reason why most people never invest anyways. It's because they feel it won't matter. At my job, they were talking about if everybody won $1 million, what would you do? And the first thing everybody would said was, was either like take a vacation and then invest the rest and stuff. And it's like, why can't you just invest now? You know, why can't you just invest with dollars? Like even as an like experiment, I love to experiment. I I like doing dollar buys and stuff. It's kind of cool because there is no risk and you can kind of see just what happens. You know, I feel like people's curiosity is not peaked enough to want to know what's out there, so they just stray away from it, um, or shy away from it. But I I like trying to see what I can do with small amounts of money, you know, because not that I'm like an alchemist or something, but I just like to see what happens. So sure, I'll put a dollar in this. I'll put a dollar in this. I was gonna make a video of some of the silliest coins I have right now. Some of them I just put a dollar in. I just want to see what happens. It's not even something I take seriously. But knowing the power of your dollar is something I wish I knew back then also. With all this information, I would have been a millionaire, a millionaire 10 times over. But yeah, what can you do, right? That's life. Number five, what would be the one of the last things I would say that if I could have done? I guess I would have said stop all the frivolous spending. Um, See, but the thing is, I didn't grow up with a good background, or I grew around okay people, but they really didn't know how to succeed in life. And if any of them did, they didn't say anything. So you're talking about a kid who was just really trying to figure it out on his own while being homeless, a lot of it. So it makes me feel like I don't know, but if I could have stopped some of the spending I did, I feel like I could have saved up more. But I don't even know if I really regret that, you know, because a lot of the spending I did, although it was falling, I was falling forward, and it was teaching me valuable lessons, while people would kind of save their money and do other stuff. And I mean, everybody has a different life. Everybody has a different course, you know. But um, for me, it was using that money to figure out how to make more money. That's what led me here, pretty much. But yeah, that would be the five things I would change if I could go back and change it. A lot of these things think we know, but it's harder in practice, you know?